I think, myself included, but all women really desire to be beautiful. They want to be attractive, and they want to be desired in the best sense of that word. And that's a good thing, a really good thing. It really reflects a deeper reality of who we are in the image and likeness of God. We're made in His image. We're made to be loved by love. And, I think I didn't always know that. I had a really kind of backward sense of my own identity, my own worth, of who I am and who I am as a woman, and my idea of beauty. It was a backwards equation where I thought, getting attention from men meant that I was attractive. And if I was attractive, then I was beautiful. And if I was beautiful, then I was worthwhile. I was worth fighting for. And I think so many times we get that mixed up. Well, really, if you think about it, it's when we know that we are worthwhile, we know who we are and our dignity, that naturally attracts people to us. And it attracts people to our goodness. And that in and of itself is beautiful. So we kind of, I think, can get ourselves caught in this backwards equation, I think, of what it means to be beautiful and what it means to be worthy. Modesty, which is a word I think is hilarious. Most people cringe and think of burlap sacks and just completely devoid of anything beautiful. It really is actually quite powerful. It sets, modesty sets the stage for authentic love to flourish. It's the guardian of chastity. And modesty invites. It invites others to notice all of you and to see your goodness, and it invites you to see yourself differently, to see yourself as worthwhile. A lot of the talk around modesty is always in relationship to how it affects men. It's always about, we have to protect the gaze of men and not lead them into sin. Or it's always about kind of our responsibility for men. And yes, that's very much true. That's a very important part. But I know when we talk about it with women, they feel a sense of, it's not, why is it up to us? It's up to the men. They should be better. Why is it up to us to dress in a certain way to help them? And what I think is interesting is that in Love and Responsibility, he focuses an entire chapter on modesty. And there's a line, just one line in that chapter that most people don't really talk about and kind of glaze over, but it's so vital and so important. He says, first and foremost, modesty is good for the woman herself. Regardless of men, it is good for the woman herself, and something very positive. He uses those words. And I think, this kind of feeling of that women feel affronted and feel they bitter and reject this idea that it's up to them to help men. But I think if they think about the fact that it's actually good for them because it allows themselves to see their own beauty, how worthwhile they are and how precious they are. And it's not about covering up. Absolutely not. And it's not about denying our sexual attractiveness. It's affirming that we are more than just sexually attractive. Modesty really highlights and brings to attention the whole person. I like to equate it with a beautiful work of art. True artwork, if you look at a masterpiece, a painting, it draws the eye across the entire canvas, and you take in the art in its fullness. That's exactly what we want our clothes to do. We want it to draw the eye across the whole person, and not just on one body part, or not just on one, part of ourselves that can really objectify. We lose the whole person. And so modesty is not something that's a denial of beauty or a hiding of sorts. It's really the most beautiful thing we can embrace.